So the OG Season 9 pass is here, but is it worth it? Well, firstly, this pass comes with 3 different skins, each with 2 different styles. There is Dragonheart Demi in the red and the blue style. We have Future Flight X10 in the red and the blue style. And we have the Spectral Devourer in the green and the purple style. And of course, each skin comes with a pickaxe, back bling, and glider. And so starting with Dragonheart Demi, I really like her sort of Chinese mythological theme that she's got going on with her traditional Chinese dress, dragon embroidery alongside her dragon tattoos that are very subtle on her shoulders. Alongside this, I like her ponytail as well, which is very large and is kind of almost flamboyant, but it's also very pretty to look at and stands out quite nicely from the back, which is where you'll be seeing her most likely when you're in game. Alongside this, I like how her aesthetic blends modern with traditional. I also like the emote that comes with the skin, as it reminds me of like Avatar: The Last Airbender with like firebending techniques as the dragon comes out of her dances. It's a little bit short, but considering the fact that it comes with the OG pass, which is only 1000 V-Bucks and free with the crew, it's alright. The pickaxe is equipable from the back bling, but it's not really anything special aside from that. So moving on to the glider. The glider is actually very nice. It kind of reminds me of like Shenron or like Numbola. It's one of those gliders where you ride from the top, and the bright red crimson color of this dragon is actually very cool. And if the red version stands out too much for your liking, there's also a blue version as well, which is a lot more muted in color, but also still very cool. And I like the mist, especially, that comes out from the dragon. To be honest, it's probably my favorite thing in this entire pass. And moving on, we have the Neo Future Rock skin, which is kind of an average looking skin, to be honest with you. I like the amount of customization that's in this skin, considering the fact that it's an OG pass skin, but all the styles kind of look a bit average to me. Like, it's not bad, but there's nothing that stands out to me as very noteworthy. It's a bit plastic looking. It almost reminds me of like a McDonald's toy action figure you'd get in a Happy Meal or something like that. Though I will say that the jacket on style makes the character look significantly cooler than the jacket off style. After messing around with the different color customizations, I think that the black version with the black jacket looks the best and actually makes the skin look pretty good in my eyes. Moving on to her pickaxe, I'm not really even sure what this pickaxe is. It looks like maybe like a phone holder or something like that, but I really don't know. It's like a U-shaped strange thing that emits some pixels, and the effect looks pretty good, but I just don't know what this pickaxe even is. And moving on to her glider, I like the effects once again that come out of the glider. It's almost like pixelated rain or like snowfall coming out in the colors of pink and light blue. I also think that for the people that enjoy the wings gliding animation, this is a very nice glider actually. Me personally, I'm a little bit more of the ride on top kind of glider guy, but wings are pretty cool, and for the wing lovers, this is a great glider. And then we have the Flight Simulator X10 emote, which is a very cute emote. It's Rox in a flight simulator as she cutely kind of spins around and is very enthusiastic about getting a high score in her flight simulation. I especially like how she like cutely kind of floats and wiggles around, and the elevation from the floating animation is actually very high, and it's very cool and distinct from other emotes. And finally, we have the Spectral Devourer, which is I'm not a fan of this skin if I'm being real. They tried to make him beast-like with his hunched over stance, his unnaturally muscular stature, and his monstrous face and claws. However, I feel like he looks more kind of like a joke character with an almost jelly-like composition. I do appreciate the fact that they made his bones kind of visible throughout the skin, not only in the chest, but also a little bit in the arms. Not so much in the legs, but it's still present somewhat. There is a little bit of a faint mist hue that comes out that's most noticeable in the arms, but still comes out somewhat in the rest of the body. But overall, I think that I'm like reaching for here to try to find something good with this skin. It's not a good skin. But moving on to his back bling, I think that his back bling, conceptually, it's pretty cool. It's like a sword plunged into him, and the back bling is like a part of his body. But in reality, it kind of floats off his back. And not only that, but it looks very ugly in every skin that's not this skin, even though the Spectral Devourer skin in and of itself is kind of ugly. As for his sword back bling, I like the deployment animation where the sword kind of like flings around and like swims as though it's alive. And then the sword kind of like cracks apart as it finishes its deployment. It's pretty cool. It's not like amazing, but it's a cool glider. I like it. I think the purple style definitely looks a lot more epic than the green style, but that could also just be a personal preference thing. And finally, we have the Devour Claws pickaxe, which is, pretty cool actually. It's a claws style emote where he kind of savagely swings with his Devourer's claws. And when used with the actual skin itself, it actually blends with the skin and looks as though it's a part of its body. Overall, if I was to say whether or not I think this pass is worth it, I think that it's a pretty good pass. It's not the best pass that OG's ever made, but it's not so bad. It has redeeming qualities like the Dragon Heart Demi skin and the Dragon Drifter glider, as well as some other emotes as well. But in many other ways, it's also lacking as well, and overall, it's okay. Like, if you're gonna get the crew anyways, and you get this with the crew, it's not so bad. If you're gonna spend 1,000 V-Bucks on it, if you really want an item from this pass, then buy it. But if not, I'm okay with skipping it. But if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, then be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll link a video of me going over the Chapter 7 Season 3 season thus far.